Okay, ladies, this is the start of the game. This is rotation 1 service when we actually have the ball. Okay, so we have our setter. Our setter starts back here. Okay, I'm just going to put Ivana's name right there. Okay, she's back here in the back. Okay, now when we get ready to set up, right, we got our middle person here. We'll just say this is London. If I spell your name wrong, I'm sorry. Okay, now, since the outside hitter's base is over here and the right side of hitter's base is over here, this is why we stack them. So right side will stack a little bit behind, middle back. Outside hitter will stack here. Just like kind of how y'all were doing in practice. So we say this is Reyes right here. And this one would be Shiloh. Okay, so middle back will be back here in the back. We'll say this is Mia M. And then Adina, outside hitter 2. We'll put her right there. Okay, so these are the names. All right, now, once Ivana serves the ball to the other side, okay? She served the ball. It went to the other side. I'm going to just leave that right there, if it'll stay, okay? She serves the ball. Once she serves the ball to the other side, she's going to immediately run, get to her base. Boom, okay? As soon as she does that, Stephanie Reyes is going to run over here to her base. Boom. Shiloh is going to run over here to her base. Boom. Okay, so Stephanie will run over here to her base. Middle doesn't move. Outside, we'll run over here to her base. Okay, now it looks like the same thing up here. Okay, pretending like that's the net. Outside is at her base, right side is at her base. The other outside of here, the setter's here, the middle's here. And over here, once the setter served, okay, and right side ran to her base, outside ran to her base, and you are in your base position. Now again, that is rotation 1 service. Okay, ladies, we are still in rotation 1 service. The ball just went to the other side, so we stacked in our base down here, right? Okay, so let's just say they passed, set, hit, whatever. Moved it back to the other side, to our side, okay? Say the ball comes here. If the ball comes to the setter first, Ivana, okay? Since you are in the back row, and it just happens to come to you first, you don't take off to come up here to your setter position, which would be right about here. You would stay to make sure you're not needed for the pass, okay? If you are needed for the pass, you will just pass it right on back over, okay? Right on back over. So basically, everybody will still be in their base position. If for some reason the ball comes over and say it comes here to Mia, M, okay? It came to Mia. You saw, Ivana, that you were not needed for the pass. Right side saw she was not needed for the pass. Reyes. London saw she was not needed for the pass. Shiloh saw she was not needed for the pass. Okay. But instead it came back here to Mia. Okay. If for some reason that does happen, okay, and Ivana, you see you was not needed, you will immediately then run up here to your setting position. Okay. These 3 here, y'all saw that you were not needed for the pass because it came back here to Mia. Right side will step out to her outside position. Middle will drop back to your middle position. This other outside, Shiloh, will move out to her in her position. Okay, I'm going to put it up like this. And this will allow Ivana to either set middle, okay, set outside, and if she hits, or set the right side. Okay, I'm going to explain it again. Setter was right here at her base. Right side was at her base. Outside was at her base. Middle was at her base. The ball's over on the other side. The ball comes back. If it comes to you, Ivana, you would immediately send it back, because I'd rather you be kind of a little closer instead of trying to set over here from back here. Because if it comes to you first, that's only if it comes to you first. Okay, if it comes to you first, Ivana, you're going to send it back. But say for some reason it comes to Stephanie Reyes. If it comes to you, Reyes, you send it back. If it comes to London, you can send it back. Okay. If it comes to Shiloh, okay, Shiloh, you can send it back. Or Shiloh, if it comes to you and Ivana sees that it didn't come to her first, it comes to you first, okay, then you can pass it. Ivana comes up here to set. Middle sends back, steps back. Right side runs out here to her base, okay. Shiloh sets it. Shiloh passes it to Ivana, and then she runs out here. And then at that time, Ivana could set either the middle person, the outside person, or the right side person, okay? And it kind of depends on how the ball actually comes, guys. So to play it safe, if Ivana is here, again, Ivana, if you get it first, okay, if you get the ball first, you're just going to send it over, okay? If it comes anywhere to these people over here, Ivana, that's when you will go over here immediately, okay? Like right in between the middle blocker and the right side of person. So that allows her to step back, her to step out, her to step out, okay? And that way you can set either this middle person, this outside person, or the right-sided person. All right, ladies, this is rotation 2, service. We have the ball. So we have the ball. Now it's time for us to rotate, okay? Setter would now come middle back. Middle back will slide over. OH2 goes over. Right side comes here. Middle comes here. Our other outside person, which was Shiloh, comes back here to serve. Now, since Shiloh is the next server, okay, her base is on the left side, she's going to slide right over here, and she's going to serve from the left side. Even if you're an outside person in the back row, you're going to always serve over here on the left, because the left side is your base, okay? The minute Shiloh goes off the court to get ready to serve, okay, setter, you're going to go ahead and go to your base, okay, Ivana. Mia M, Mini-Me, you're going to come back here to your base, all right? London or Timmy, who's ever up here, you're going to come over here to your base. Reyes is going to stack right behind you. Adina's already over here in her base. Reyes is going to stack right behind you. Or Mia G. Okay, you're already in your base, because remember, when she serves, the ball is going to be on the other side. So if the ball, if she serves, is on the other side, you go to your base anyway. So here, you're actually going to your base before she serves, because she steps off the court. Okay, and that's with anybody. Okay, now, Shiloh serves the ball here. Okay, she serves the ball, boom, 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 it goes over the net. Okay, the minute she serves, okay, and this happens simultaneously, the minute Shiloh serves, she automatically goes here to her base. Reyes runs over here, or Mia G, who's ever in the front, runs to her base. Now you guys are at your base, just like it shows here, right? Cool. All right, so the ball's on the other side over here. You guys are at your base positions. They're volleying the ball back and forth, back and forth. The ball happens to come over here to Ivana. Ivana, again, since you are the second person to touch the ball, but you got it first, you're going to immediately send it back. Okay? because I want you to be able to allow it to set up. All right, send it back. Okay, now, if for some reason the ball comes over and it goes to Mia, Mini-Me, right here, right? Ivana, you notice that you are not needed for the pass, which means it just passed right on by you. It came back here to Mini-Me, okay? You would immediately then run up here to set, okay? At the same time, Reyes or Mia G will run out to the outside of her base. London or Timmy will drop back. Adina will drop back here. So Mini-Me, Mia M, okay, passes the ball up to Ivana. And Ivana, you could either set Reyes or Mia G, London, or Timadayo, who's ever here, Adina. You can actually even set Shiloh. Now, in this situation where there is, if Reyes is up here, you can set her because she's a pretty good tipper. If Mia G is up here, okay, I would rather you not set her because I know she's not a strong tipper, okay, or hitter, right? So in that instance, you can either set London here, okay, or you can set Shiloh back here and back, or you can set Adina, okay, because Adina can semi-hit and she's a really good tipper, all right? London, we still got a little work, but she's getting to where she can get up to hit, okay, and tip as long as she stay out the net. Even Timadayo, okay. Mia M, you, of course, you'll stay back here in the back, okay, and you'll set this right person depending on who's here, all right? So say, for instance, okay, Ivana, you're up here and you set London or Timadayo, okay? You're here, you're setting her. She comes up to hit. Stay there to cover, okay? Okay. So when she comes up to hit, stay there to cover. Right side, you just kind of move in a little bit. Shiloh, you'll move into cover. Adina will move into cover, okay? And that's if for some reason she sets this middle person here, either Timmy or London, and there's a blocker here that blocks. You got these three people here covering around her, okay? And if it goes wild and goes out here, you got Reyes over here to pick up the slack, okay? Now, say if for some reason, okay, I'm gonna move her back here, move Adina here, move London back here, okay? If for some reason, say Ivana, you decide to set Adina, okay? You set Adina, she comes up here to hit, okay? It's outside move. When she move, Shiloh, you move. You coming in for the cover, London in for the cover, set her, you set her, so you're gonna come up here beside her for the cover. So now you got these two people covering. Mia, you'll be moving back and forth back here, covering, because you never know when you need it, okay? Reyes over here or Mia G, you'll just kind of move in the court a little bit, all right? Now, go back. Okay, Shiloh's back here, Reyes back here, Adina's back here. Say, for instance, okay, say, for instance, Ivana, you set Shiloh, okay? You can't run back here to cover you up at the front. You can set her, you set her, okay? You set her back row, okay? Shiloh can hit from the back row. There's no blocker, so there's no need for nobody to really cover. She just hits from the back row as long as she don't step past the 10-foot line. So just remember, Ivana, if you set the middle, okay, if you set the middle, you're going to come in and cover. Shiloh's going to come up to cover. Adina's going to come up to cover. Mia's going to stay back here, okay? You may even move, like, just a pin. You can move over here, Mia, if you want. Reyes, you're going to kind of come in. So that way you got some cover, okay? So anybody you set Ivana, you cover, okay? Now, you say you set London, okay? She got up here. The ball goes over, right? The ball goes over. Ivana, you immediately go back to your base, okay? Shiloh's at her base, Mia's at her base, Reyes comes up here to her base, Lana's at her base, Adina's at her base. Okay? Now, and that's basically what that is on service. Just know when the ball travels to that side over there, you come back, you go to your base positions. When the ball comes back, before doing any kind of moving around, especially you, Ivana, make sure you're not needed for the pass. If you're the first one to get it, you immediately send it back over, okay? If it comes over and it goes to Shiloh, or it goes to Mia, or this could be Amarat back here, okay? Or it could be Liliana or Nayeli, okay? Just depends, okay, as they get their passes up, okay? Say it comes back here and it does not come to you, Ivana, okay? It comes to either these two people right here, all right? That's when you can move here. London or Timmy drops back. Reyes or Mia G drops over to the side. Adina drops over here, okay? She passes up to you. You can either set middle, you set the outside person, or you can set the right side person. Just remember, whoever you set, okay, you must cover in the front row. If you happen to set Shiloh in the back, there won't be any need for covering, because guess what? Shiloh can't jump past the 10-foot line right here. So you won't have to cover her. It's only you give the coverage if you're setting any of these front row people. And that is rotation 2, setters at middle back, service. Okay, ladies, we're still on rotation 2, but now it's serve receive. Okay, we did the service, showed you where you guys need to be at. Now we're moving on to serve receive. Okay, now on serve receive, remember again, on rotation 2, the setter is now at the middle back. Okay, now on serve receive, okay, we want to get the setter away from having to take any of the passes, okay? So what is she going to do? She's going to go up here and she is going to push this right side over just a little bit, okay? So Ivana is going to go up and she's going to push up Stephanie Reyes up and over to the right, or if that's Mia G, then she would be there, okay? London will drop back here on this 10-foot line, kind of close to the side, hugging the side, okay? Because remember, London was here at first, all right? So on serve receive, she's going to drop back on the 10-foot line. Either that's London or that can be Timadayo. And, of course, here could either be Reyes or it could be Giannotti, okay? Now, my outside person, Adina, okay? She's going to drop back, okay? But making sure that she is not in front of this person here. She's got to be slightly behind, okay? All right, just a little bit behind. Okay, I want her back there. All right. So in this instance, of course, my middle is in the front. My right side is in the front, as well as this outside person. So Adina, okay, Stephanie Reyes or Mia G. Move my finger over. London or Timadayo, okay? All right. Now, little mama, Mini-Me. She's going to move slightly right here, okay? Making sure she's not on this right side of the setter, making sure she stays on this side and the left side of the right-sided person, okay? Kind of move her back a little bit. Shiloh, okay, is going to make sure she's not on the right side of London, but on her left side. So right here, Mia and Shiloh, you guys could actually, and I'm sorry about how I'm turning the camera, y'all. I'm just trying to hold the phone and do this at the same time. Okay, Mia, Mini-Me, and Shiloh, you guys could actually get right beside each other, okay? And again, take in consideration all this room that you have back here, all right? Okay, so again, we're on serve receive, and it kind of depends a little bit on the who's serving on the other side. If they're a deep server, you know, you might want to pull you back just a little bit. But I would say on a situation, if I pull you too far back, it'll be too much extra space in here. So I'd rather kind of pull you guys up just a little bit. Okay, London, I got you here. Of course, you're here by the line, but making sure that you're on the right side of Shiloh and you're not like over here, because then you guys will be overlapping. Okay, put them here. London, you kind of hug this side. You're right here on this 10-foot line right here. Okay, Shiloh is here. All right. Kind of Shiloh, I want to say you're kind of even with the right-sided person. Okay, that's up here. Okay, Mia, of course, you're on this left side of the right-sided person right here. So, and plus you're right next to Shiloh, so this ought to let you know that, you know, you're in the right spot. And Adina is back here, and she's dropped a little bit behind the 10-foot line. Okay, so this is the setup. But do note, ladies, that in this space right here, because there is an open space on serve receive, okay, there's a possibility that the ball could be served there, okay? So you have to make sure you take in consideration, if it is in here, I will prefer Shiloh or Mini-Me to get this pass. If it's more so over here, it will be between Adina and Mia M, Mini-Me. If it's more so right up in here, okay, it could either be Mia M or Shiloh, okay? If it's right up in here, okay, that actually could also be you too, Shiloh, okay? Or if London drops back and wants to pass here, she could pass here and it'll be perfectly fine, okay? All right, now, so they served the ball. Where's my little volleyball? The ball came from over here. They served it, okay? Okay, boom, boom, boom. They served it. It came here to Shiloh, okay? All right, the minute that it came to Shiloh, okay? Reyes, you can kind of stand right here and keep your, just keep yourself right here for a second, okay? It came right here to Shiloh, okay? Shiloh passes it to, Ivana, okay? Now, Ivana, you're right here. Reyes, you're kind of right here where this little volleyball is, okay? Shiloh passes it. I'm put it like this. Shiloh passes it up here to Ivana, okay? Ivana, you can set this outside person, of course, what would be Adina, okay? So let me just back up a little bit. If the ball came over here and it came to Shiloh, right? Okay. Mia's here. Adina is here. Adina, you see that the ball came here first, okay? If the ball comes here first, all right, you can step out here, outside, okay? Ball comes here. Ivana, which would be easier for you to set Adina. Boom. You set Adina right here, okay? The minute you set Adina, move the ball over here. You set, she came up to hit the ball. Cover, 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 okay? You got people around you that's covering, just in case there's a blocker, okay? Let me do that again. Okay, I got Mia and Shiloh here. I got London or Timidio here. I have Reyes right here, or Mia G, okay? Adina was kind of right here. Ivana was stacked right here. Ball came from the other side, okay? It came here to Shiloh, all right? Shiloh passes the ball up to, okay? The minute that the ball comes over here and say it comes to Shiloh, okay, right? Reyes, you can kind of move over just a little bit, okay? Ivana, if it comes to Shiloh back here, okay? and Shiloh passes it up. I want you to either set Adina, that's going to step out here, Adina, that's going to step out here, or I want you to set Shiloh back row, right here. Let's say it again. If it comes over here and it comes to Shiloh, okay, Shiloh's going to pass the ball up to you, Ivana. Ivana, you're going to either set Shiloh back row, or you're going to set Adina. So these are the only two people you're going to worry about setting. Adina or Shiloh, okay? You're not going to set London because London is kind of still over here and she's not in her base yet, okay? Okay, now, unless she can get there quick enough, okay? So ball comes over here, okay? Shiloh gets it. Now, here's the thing, London, what you can do, since you saw that it did not come to you, it came over here to Shiloh. You can immediately run right here and say middle, 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 okay? Whereas Ivana could set you or set Adina, or she can set Shiloh back row, okay? Or for some reason you're over here and you're just standing there, which you shouldn't be, if Shiloh gets the ball first, okay? If she gets the ball first, all right, Ivana, you're already still up here at the front, okay, ready to set. Timadayo or London, you can run here, middle, 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 okay? So she can either set you or she can set Adina, who comes out here on the outside, okay? Or Ivana, you can set Shiloh, okay? I'm going to use your judgment. We'll say, for instance, London did get over here like she was supposed to, okay? The ball comes here to Shiloh. Shiloh passes it up to Ivana. Ivana, then I want you to either set Shiloh back row or you set Adina up here, okay? So if, for instance, you set Shiloh, okay, you can set her, she hits back row, okay? If she hits back row, that means that the ball went to the other side. You switch to your position. You come here, Shiloh runs over here, Adina comes up, London comes over here, Minnie stays in the back, and now you guys are in your base position, okay? I'm going to show, excuse me, I'm going to show that again. Setter was here, Reyes was here, London or Timadayo was here, okay? Mia was here, kind of a little left of the right side. Mia was over here, I'm sorry. And Shiloh was over here. They're both even with each other, right here, okay? And Adina dropped here, okay? Now, ball comes over, okay? Ball comes over. It came to Shiloh, okay? London or Timmy, if you see that the ball did not come to you first, you could either run over here and say middle, 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 so she could set you. Or for some reason, if you didn't get over there fast enough, she could set Shiloh here, back row, okay? Or Adina could run out here off the side to the outside, and Ivana could set Adina, okay? Either or. Now, say, for instance, you guys are like this. The ball comes over, and it comes over to Mini-Me, okay? To Mia, the Mini-Me, okay? Mini-Me passes it up to Ivana, okay? Now, same thing over here, London. If the ball comes over here to Mini-Me, okay? You see that you didn't get the ball first, okay? You wasn't needed for the pass. Basically, that's what that means. You can run over here and say middle, 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 so Ivana can set you, okay? Or she can still set Adina, who steps out here. Set her, okay? Or she can still set Shiloh. Doesn't matter. But for some reason, you didn't get over there, okay? London, you didn't get there to your base fast enough, okay? And this is when the ball's over here, okay? You didn't get over here fast enough so you could hit, okay? Mini-Me passes the ball up to Ivana, okay? Ivana could either set Shiloh back row or she can set Adina over here. Now, if you get there fast enough, she can set you, but I think it would be too much chaos right here. So I would rather her set Shiloh back row or set Adina here on the outside. Reyes, you'll just kind of stand over here out of the way, okay? Or Mia G, if that's you. Now, same situation. if the ball happens to come over here and it comes to Adina first, okay? Adina gets the ball, all right? If Adina gets the ball, Ivana, you're going to set Adina. She's going to pass it to you, okay? Pass the ball over to you. So when she passes it to you, she's going to run over here and say, outside, outside. London, you can then come to your spot right here, okay? Outside, outside, okay? She comes up. Adina comes up over here. Ivana sets her. Boom, she hits. Ivana stays to cover. London, you're here to cover. Mini-Me, you're over here to cover. And you got Shiloh right here. So, Ivana, you're right there. Because remember, you just set Adina. Okay? So, you're going to stay here to cover first. London, by the time, you should be right here. So, you're there for the cover. Shiloh moves in a little bit to cover. Mini-Me, you come over here to cover this side. In case it get blocked. Okay? Now, if it gets blocked and it goes over here, you're going to have to bust over here to get it. Okay? So, just kind of cover around her. Okay? To keep, just in case it gets blocked from the other side. Okay? Now, it's 3 situations. All right. Now, putting you guys back where you go. Shiloh and Mini-Me, y'all both are here. Okay? The setter was here. Reyes was here. Here. What was it? I got confused. Oh, I'm sorry. Adina's right here. Me was right here. Put my middle person back over here. Okay. All right. All right. So that's the serve receive on rotation 2. Again, Ivana, if that ball comes over here, okay, because remember your front row people is Adina, is London, and is Reyes. Okay, these are your front row people. Okay, all right. If you pushed up your right side, Reyes or Mia G, okay, and the ball comes over to either of these 3 people, okay, they can pass it to you. You can set them. I would prefer you to set Shiloh or set Adina, okay, because London is too far over here. London, if the ball comes over here by chance and you happen to get it, London, you're going to send it directly back over, okay, because I won't allow you to be able to get into your base position. Okay, again, London, if it comes over here, London, you will send it back over. When you send it over, London, boom, go to your base. Go to your base. Go to your base. Everybody's in their base position. Got it? Good. Rotation 2, serve, receive. Okay, ladies. Now, this is rotation 3, service. We've already rotated. Now, my setter is at left back, Ivana. Okay. Little Mini-Me, Mia, was up here at left front. Okay. Since she's moved to left front, she's not a front row player. She'll sub out. Timidayo would come in her place. Okay, we have Adina here on the outside up in the front. Reyes is here or Giannotti, depending on who's on the floor. In the back is either London or Amarat. And we have Shiloh on the outside in the back. Now, again, notice, guys, people are always going to be opposite of each other, okay? Right side is always opposite setter. Middles are always opposite each other. Outsides are always opposite each other. Always keep that in mind, okay? And this is rotation 3 service, okay? Now, on the service, okay, like in rotation 2, whenever Shiloh came to the outside, everybody could go to their base position, okay? That doesn't work like that for every rotation, okay? On rotation 3, the only person that can immediately get into their base position when either London or Amarat come out here to serve, okay, would be the middle, okay, which would be Timidayo. So Timidayo would immediately go ahead and get in her middle, get in her base position, okay? And Adina will stack right here behind her because her, of course, her base is over here. Reyes will kind of plant herself right in between, but on her right side, okay, which is her base position. She'll plant herself right in between Adina and Timadayo, okay, as you can see, okay. Setter, all right, which will be Ivana. She'll move up here, okay, because on rotation 2, remember, setter, you could actually go already to your base position, but on rotation 3, you can't do that, okay. So you plant yourself here, and the outside Shiloh will be here. London or Amarat is here. And London and Amarat is here in this position because when they serve, they're going to move, okay. So London or Amarat serves the ball. Immediately go to their base. Shiloh goes to her base. Ivana runs to her base. Adina goes to her base. Now everybody's in their base position. Okay. Showing that one more time. London comes out here to serve. Okay. Initially Ivana was here. Left back. She's here. Okay. Shiloh is right here. Timadayo went ahead and moved. Timadayo was over here first, and Adina was right here. Okay, we're getting ready to serve. So Timadayo comes over here where her base is. Okay, Adina gets right here and stacks behind her. Reyes or Giannotti will plant herself in between Timadayo and Adina, but stand over here on the right side. Okay, the ball is served from either Amarat or London, who's ever back here. Okay, serve the ball. Immediately when they serve the ball, you switch to your base position. London or Amarat comes here. Shiloh runs here. Ivana runs over here. Adina runs to her base position. So everybody is out in their base position now. Okay, now ball comes back over to our side. Boom, it comes to Ivana. Ivana again, the minute you get it, because we want you taking the second touch, not the first one. If you get it first, you're going to immediately send it back over. Okay. Now, if for some reason it comes back here to London or Amarat, okay, Reyes or Giannotti see that you were not needed for the pass because it came back here to London or Amarat. So you immediately run out here on the outside so that you can either get set to hit a ball. Timadayo will drop back behind the 10-foot line for middle. Adina will move out here on the side. Okay. Ivana, of course, since she wasn't needed for the pass, she'll come up here to set. And Ivana could either set the middle. She can set Reyes or Giannotti. She can set Adina over here on the outside. Or she can even set the back row Shiloh. It just kind of depends on who's here in the front. And, of course, in the front, we have Reyes or Giannotti. We have Timadayo. We have Adina. Okay? And then, of course, the one person that can hit from the back is Shiloh, as long as she doesn't pass the 10-foot line. Okay? So, say, for instance, Ivana, you set the ball and you set Timadayo. Okay? The minute you set Timadayo comes up here to hit the ball. Ivana stays here to cover. Okay? Shiloh runs up here to cover. Adina comes from over here to cover. Reyes or Giannotti is back here, comes to cover. So they're all covering their middle person. Okay? London or Amarat, you'll stay back here because you got to guard my back. I have to have somebody back here in the back just in case the ball comes flying back. I got my middle back person back here to protect it. Okay? Now, say, for instance, put you guys over here. Okay? Say, for instance, y'all in y'all's base position, okay, because the ball's over here. Instead of the ball coming to London or Amarat, the ball comes over here to Shiloh, okay? Since the ball came over here to Shiloh, Ivana, you see that you were not needed for the pass. You run up here to set. Reyes comes out here to the right side. Timadayo drops back to the middle. Adina drops over here on the side. And Ivana could either set again the middle. You can set the right side over here, okay? Or you can set the outside, or you can set back row to Shiloh, okay? So in this instance, I would probably say, now if the ball Say if Shiloh passes the ball up here and it ends up coming to this side, okay? If Reyes is over here, you can set her so she can tip, okay? If Reyes is not here and Timadayo is here, I would rather you set, I'm sorry, if Reyes is not over here and Mia G is over here, okay, I would rather you set Timadayo, Shiloh in the back row, or Adina on this outside over here, okay? All right, come back over here, put you back here, put you back here. Everybody's in their base, okay? Ball's over here. Other example, ball comes back over, okay? And again, it's coming to you, Ivana. You send it back over. If it comes to Mia, okay, or if it comes to Shiloh, I'm sorry, not Mia. Who is this back here? London. London or Amaret. It comes back here and it comes to Amaret or London, okay? Immediately when you see that you are not needed for the pass, Ivana, you go up here. Immediately, if any of you see that you are not needed for the pass because it came back here to London, okay? Shiloh, you will stay right there. Reyes or Giannotti, you will step out to the right. Timadayo steps back here. Adina steps over here on the side. Okay. Yvonne is up here. She sets. And like I said, depending on who's in the front, on the right side determines if you set this right-sided person. Okay. But up here, you can either set Timadayo, okay, or you can set Shiloh here in the back row, or you can set Adina over here. It all depends, again, on who's on the front row and who's capable of actually getting the ball over successfully to gain points. Again, that is rotation 3, service. Okay, guys, now we are still on rotation 3, and instead of it being service, it is now on serve, receive. Okay, rotation 3, serve, receive. All right, now, of course, my setter's back here, left back. All righty, now, on serve, receive, okay, rotation 3, setter's left back, okay. This is when we stack, all right. My middle is already here, okay. She's going to come right up here in this corner. That would be Timadayo, all right. My outside person, Adina, is going to stack right here with her. My setter, Ivana, is going to come from here and going to stack right there. So you guys have kind of like an angle. Okay. Timadayo, Adina, Ivana. Okay. My outside person, Shiloh. Okay. Shiloh, you have to make sure that you are on Ivana's right side, because if you come over here, then you will be considered out of rotation. And Ivana, you have to be careful that you are not too far over here, because then you push Shiloh over here and there's too much space over here. Okay. So you got to kind of make sure you're at that angle behind the outside person who is behind the middle. Timadayo, Adina, Ivana. Shiloh, okay, will be here, all right, on the right side of the setter, okay. Right here, I will push over just a little bit London, okay, because you're in the back row, all righty. My people that are in the front row is Timadayo, Adina, Reyes or Giannotti, okay. In this instance, Reyes or Giannotti will be right here. Move you down, because initially you were here, right side, okay. You're going to come down, and as you see, Giannotti or Reyes, you're going to plant yourself right here, but you're kind of in between the setter, Ivana, and Shiloh, be on the outside, okay? So again, I'm going to put you guys back how you were. Middle, you was there. Adina, you was here. Reyes, you was here. My setter was left back. My outside Shiloh was here. And London or Amarat was here. Okay. Now, we're still on, now we're on rotation 3, serve, receive. Okay. This is when you stack. Middle, you're already there, Timadayo, so you stay. Adina comes over here, stacks at an angle right there. Okay. My setter, right there on that 10-foot line. She stacks here because y'all are at an angle. Okay. Shiloh, my outside will be to the right of the setter. Here. Okay. London will drop back here. Okay. Making sure you stay on the right side because we still got this space right here. London will be here at Amarat. Okay. Reyes or Giannotti was here, and you're going to drop down right here, right in between the setter, Ivana, and the other outside person, Shiloh. Okay. And this is on serve, receive before they send the ball over. Okay. Now, the ball is on the other side. Okay. The ball comes over and say it comes to Ivana. Okay. Ivana, if it comes to you, okay, you can either send it back, right? Or you can set it right here for Shiloh to hit it over from back row. Okay. I would say if you got the first touch, since I want you taking the second touch because you're the setter, I will say if you just happen to get it, go ahead and send it back over. Okay. But if for some reason you get it, the pass, and you just passed it right about here, okay, Shiloh can then hit it and hit it back, and then everybody run to their base positions. Okay, because remember, it goes back over, you run to your base position. Or if you get it, you can also set this right-sided person. If it's Reyes, you can set her. If it's Giannotti, but it's too complicated right there. So I would say if the ball comes over here and Ivana, you get that first touch, just go ahead and immediately send it over, okay? That's the case. If it comes to you, Ivana, you send it over, okay? Then everybody will switch to their base position. Middle will run over here. Outside will run over here, okay? Setter will come over here. Right side, you're over here. Shiloh is over here. London is over here. And you're in your base positions. Okay. Now, if you are stacked, let me put you back. Timadayo. Adina. Ivana. Shiloh. London or Amarat. And the right-sided person over here, either Giannotti or Reyes. And remember, you got to be right in between the setter and the outside person. Okay. All right. Say the ball's over here and it's served. Okay. And it comes over here to Shiloh. Okay. Shiloh. Okay. London wasn't needed for the pass because it came to Shiloh. Reyes was not needed for the pass because it came to Shiloh. Setter was not needed for the pass. Outside was not needed for the pass, Adina. Nor was Timadayo needed for the pass. It came back here to Shiloh. Okay. Immediately you saw, Ivana, that you was not needed for the pass. Okay. You run up here to set. Reyes drops over here to her right side, or Giannotti. Okay. Adina drops back to her outside. Timadayo runs here and drops to her side. London, you'll stay back here. And then Ivana can either set Timadayo, Reyes, or Giannotti, or Adina. Okay. In this instance still, depending on who's on the right side, determines on who you set. Okay. Ivana, you can either set Timadayo. Okay. Or you can set Shiloh back row. Or you could set Adina over here. Okay. Now, for some reason, Shiloh gets the ball and Shiloh sends it over here. okay? You're closest to this person here, all right? And you're turned this way. You can set Reyes. If it's Giannotti, okay, you might not want to set her simply because I know she's not as strong as far as the tipping and the hitting, at least not yet, but I'm pretty sure that's going to change as she gets stronger, okay? You can either still, again, set your middle person here, Timadayo, okay? Or Ivana. If you want to do a trick out, you know, or a quick set, you can quick set it over net. Set it back over. You know what I'm saying? How you do it. You know how to do it, okay? Once it goes back over, run to your base. Timadayo comes back into her base. Reyes and Giannotti back over here to her base. Adina runs back over here to her base. Shiloh is already here. Setter's at her base. Middle is over here at her base. Okay, now let's go over here for the next example. We got an outside here. This is still on serve receive. Setter is right here. Okay, outside is here. Okay, middle is about right here. And of course, Reyes or Giannotti drops that back in between the setter and the outside. Okay, say the ball was over there on this side. It got served to London. Okay, this is back here in London. Shiloh was not needed for the pass. Reyes or Giannotti was not needed for the pass. The setter was not needed for the pass. The outside was not needed, nor the middle. Okay, it comes back here. Immediately, Ivana, you see you was not needed for the pass. You run up to set here. Reyes drops here onto the right side. Adina drops over here to the outside. Timadayo runs here. Okay, and again, Ivana, you can set right side, middle, or you can set Shiloh in the back, or you can set Adina over here. Okay, now, last example. Okay, we got Timmy right here. We got Adina right here. We got our setter stacked here. Shiloh here. Middle here. Reyes is right here. I'm sorry, in between. Okay, ball's on the other side. Ball comes over here to Reyes or Giannotti. Okay, again, all of you people see that you were not needed for the pass. It came over here to Giannotti or Reyes. Ivana comes up here. Okay, to set. Outside drops over here. Middle drops back. You know, at this time, Reyes has passed the ball up to the setter. Okay, then she goes over here. Okay, move Shiloh over here. Again, Ivana, you can set the right side, depending on who's in the front. You can set the middle. Okay, Timadayo, you can even set back row Shiloh, or you can set Adina who on the outside. And of course, once you set them, ball goes back to the other side. You go back to your base. Timadayo goes here. Reyes or Giannotti come back up here. Adina comes back up here. And you guys are back into your base position. That is rotation 3. Serve, receive. Setters at left back. Okay, guys, we are in rotation 4 service. Setter is now at the left front. Okay, on the service. All right. We're going to go ahead and stack. We have our middle right here, which would be Timadayo. Okay, we're going to stack our setter here. And we're going to stack our outside person, which would be, I believe, Adina. Okay, so Timadayo, Ivana, Adina is now stacked at the front. Okay, again, we're still on service. Outside person is already here at their outside position. Okay, middle back just kind of pushes back right here. And our right-sided person, they could either be Stephanie Reyes, Mia G, Habidat, Mackenzie. Okay, depends on who's in the back, because now the right side's in the back row. So our front row people is now the 3 people. Middle, the outside, and the setter. Okay, Reyes, Habidat, Mackenzie, whoever it is in the back row, our right side. She's going to serve, of course, from the right over here, because when she serves over here from the right, she can immediately go straight to her base position. Again, base position. You run your base once the ball goes to the other side of the net. Okay, so in this case, okay, we'll use Reyes for demonstration. Reyes serves the ball to the other side. Okay, Immediately she runs to her base. Setter runs to her base, and the outside over here runs to her base, Adina. Okay, now they're in the base position. Okay, for service. Ball comes back over. Boom. It may have come to the right side that's in the back row, which is fine. Everybody else noticed that they were not needed for the pass. Okay, setter is already there. All right. Middle can drop back. Timadayo, right here, right here, right here. Outside, Adina could drop on the side. Right here, right here, right here. So the setter could either set the middle in the front or the outside here. And if you want to get creative and set Shiloh in the back, you can, as long as she does not jump across the 10-foot line. But since it's y'all three that are in the front, the middle, the outside, Adina and Ivana, it'd be easier, Ivana, for you to go ahead and set either the middle, or you can set the outside. And therefore, if you set either of them and it goes over, say if you set the middle, okay, you set the middle, come here to cover, Reyes come into cover, Shiloh come into cover, Adina come into cover. So everybody is covering that middle. Back in the back, London, you stay back here for protection. All right, rotation 4, serve, receive. Okay, of course, our setter is in the top left corner. Okay, on serve, receive, there's 2 different alternatives. I'll go over the first one, and it all depends on who's the person here on the right side back, depending on if they can pick up the pass. Okay, so on the serve, receive, setter, Ivana's going to stack at the left. My middle is going to stack slightly to her right. And the outside hitter, which would be Adina, will stack slightly to the right side of Timadayo. Okay, outside hitter is going to move to the right of Adina, Shiloh. This person right here, which would be London Amarat, you're going to be to the middle, right side of person. Okay, it will be Stephanie Reyes. It could be Habidad. It could be Mackenzie. It could be any of you guys. But for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to say it's Stephanie Reyes. Now, this is a situation where she's here and she's able to get her passes up. This is the way we are going to stack, okay? So, the ball's on the other side. It comes over. Boom. It comes over here to Shiloh, okay? You two see that you were not needed for the pass. It came over here to Shiloh. Immediately, Ivana runs over here. Right here, right here, right here. Okay? Outside, Adina runs out here. Middle comes here, right here, right here, right here. Shiloh passes it up. And now Ivana can set either Timadayo or she can set Adina. Okay? Now, for some reason, if she sets Timadayo, boom, she says Timadayo. Okay, I'm going to put this on the side. Timadayo comes up here to set. Ivana stays there for the cover. Shiloh comes in for the cover. Adina comes in for the cover. Okay, and I want to take my right-sided person over here for the cover. Middle, we're going to keep you back here to play back here to cover. Everybody has covered this middle person. Okay, now, if for some reason, let me see here, she doesn't set the middle. Okay, Ivana sets the outside person, Adina. Adina comes up here, boom, she sets her. She comes in for the cover. Timadayo comes in for the cover. Shiloh comes in for the cover. Okay, and Reyes kind of stands back here just to actually watch to make sure things are going okay. Now, if for some reason on the second alternative, I'll put you guys back real quick how you were. The middle was here. The outside 2 was here. Outside over here. Middle 2 was here. Okay. Okay. The second alternative, instead of the stack like we did over here, okay, if this right side person, someone is having trouble passing, okay, we will push her back in the corner, all right? Setter, since you're still here, you'll stay stacked. Middle Timadayo will come over here stack. And then this outside person over here, which would be Adina, instead of being over here, you would actually drop back here to help out to pass. But you'll put yourself right about here to the right side of Timadayo, okay? Again, this pushes Shiloh over. Okay, you got to be careful, making sure you're not too far over, because the more you push over, the more you push Shiloh over. Okay, Shiloh will be here. London will be here, okay? So now you got kind of like, actually, I'm put you right about here, Adina, okay? Those two will only stack the setter Ivana and Timadayo. Adina, you'll come over here. Shiloh will be here. London will be here. And this right side of person that's struggling, we put them in the very back so that they will not take the first pass. Okay. Ball comes over. Boom, boom, boom. Say it comes to Adina, which is good. Say she gets it. Shiloh, I'm sorry. It comes to Adina. Timadayo and Ivana C said they were not needed for the pass. Ivana comes over here. Okay. Middle drops here. This is Adina. Remember, she's front row. Outside. Okay. Then that way she can set either the middle, Timadayo, or she can set Adina. If she sets middle, okay, boom, 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 she sets, she stays there to cover. Outside comes in and cover. Outside comes in and cover. Okay. In this point, okay, since the right side is over here in the back corner, the middle can come over and cover, and right side will stay back here to try to catch anything that comes back here in the back. Okay. Now that is rotation 4, serve, receive. Okay. Rotation 5, setter is at middle front. Okay. We have a middle person, which would be Timadayo. Outside is Shiloh. We have London here. We have Stephanie here. And we have Adina back here. And of course, your other ladies, they have positions. You will know as you're rotating in for people, so you'll be able to know exactly where you are on the court. This outside person in the back could either be Adina, it could be Liliana Anayeli when it's time for you to start rotating in. And also to the right side could either be Mackenzie, Habidat, Stephanie, or Mia. Okay. For the back, in the back. And also in the back for the middles could be Amaret. It could be London. Okay, it just depends. Or it could be Mia, because she plays middle as well. So, for this one, on this service, okay, since setter is already here at middle front, we will go ahead and stack our middle person, Timadayo, right here at the net. Ivana will stack slightly behind her, because remember, her base is on the right side here. Our outside person is already here, so they will stay. Okay. This outside person, which will be Adina, she will drop back here. And just like when Shiloh was back here, and you could all go to your base, anytime the outsides come off the court, everybody could actually stack at their base. Okay. Middle can kind of stack at their bases at all times. It doesn't matter who steps off the court. But whenever the outsides step outside the court, there are several that can actually go ahead and stack at their base. So at this case, since the outside's base is on the left side, and of course, again, this is going to be Adina. This is going to be Shiloh. We're going to have Adina move over here to the right side, since this is actually her base. Okay. The right side person, which is right here for right now, but when she gets ready to, since the outside has moved out, the right side can go ahead and go to her base. Okay. The middle can go ahead and go to her base. Okay. Now, again, remember on rotation 2, we had the middle could go to their bases, the right side could go to their base, and the setter could go to their base. Now we have the other outside stepping offside the court. She's going to serve here from the left because her base is going to be here. Middle, who was actually right here, and right side, who was right here. And of course, the outside was here. Okay. And of course, setter was here, middle was here, outside was here. That's the initial setup. Okay. Before we serve, as soon as the outside steps off the court, comes over here to serve, middle can go ahead and go to her base, which would be London, or it could be Amarat, or it could be Mia M. Right side will go ahead and go to her base. Middle will go here and stack at her base. Outside is already on her base here. And center stacks right here behind the middle back person. Making sure to stack to the left side of the middle person. Okay. Now, ball is here, right? Ball is served. Ball goes over to the other side. Immediately when the ball goes over to the other side, This outside person, Adina, will come to her base. Middle is already her base. Right side is her base. Setter then rolling over here and go to their base. And now we're all in our base positions, opposite of each other. Okay. Now, ball goes over on the other side. Okay. It's over there. We're at our base. All right. This side volleys the ball. They move it back to this side. And say middle back, London or Ammonite gets the ball. Okay. These two see that they were not needed for the serve. Everybody else was seeing that they were not needed for the serve. Setter is actually already in her setting position. Middle back is the one that's passing the ball. So this would be London. She's passing the ball. Okay. Middle will drop back here behind a 10-foot line. Middle. Outside over here, which is Shiloh. She's here. And then setter can either set the middle person, okay, or they can set the outside person. All right. So if they set either one of them, it does not matter. If they set either one of them, okay, setter is already here in her base position. Ball could come over here and it could come over here to the right side. Right side could pass it up here. Again, either set this middle person who's in the front row or this outside person who's in the front row. Okay. All righty. So that is service. Again, I'll show you that again on the service. Since everybody here, initially, of course, my middle back was here. My right side was here. My outside person over here. Okay. The setter. No, setter is here. Okay, middle's over here. Outside's over here. Initially, this was rotation 5. This was the initial setup before the outside person steps off the court here. Okay. It's our time to serve. Outside drops back. Okay, when she drops back again, she can come over here to the side since this is going to be her base. Okay, right side can go ahead and go to her base. Middle can go ahead and go to her base. The middle here will also be at her. She will stack here at the net. The setter is here. Ball is served. Say this is Adina. Ball is served to the other side. Boom. As soon as it is served to the other side, setter runs over here to her middle base. Outside comes over here to her base. And now we are in base position. Rotation 5, serve, receive. Okay, guys, as mentioned once before, there is 2 different alternatives, okay, on this rotation 5, serve, receive. Okay, we'll go with the first one, which is the one that we have been doing. Okay, this is how we are. Of course, setter's in middle, front. Okay, the setter will move over here to the right just a little next to the middle back person, which is Timodayo. Timodayo will stack kind of to the right of the setter. Okay, outside hitter was this would be Shiloh. She would be above the 10-foot line, close to the sideline over here. Okay, my middle person would kind of step right about here. That person would be London. My right-sided person would kind of drop back here. For the sake of this video, we'll say it's Reyes. Okay, and then the outside person, which would be Adina, was stacked directly behind the middle person. Okay, that will be the initial setup for serve, receive. Okay, so ball comes over from the other side. It can either come to this person, it can come to this person, or this person. Does not matter. Okay, let's just say, for instance, it comes over here to back here to London. Okay, everybody else sees they were not needed for the pass because it came back to London. Immediately, Timodayo, when you see that you were not needed for the pass, you come here, so that way you can call for middle. Shiloh steps out here for outside. Okay, London passes the ball up to Ivana. She sets the ball. She can either set middle, she can set outside. Say if she sets middle, she sets middle. Ivana stays for the cover. Shiloh comes in for the cover. Okay, this outside here comes in for the cover, and the middle come here for the cover. Middle, you can come for the cover, or you can stay back, and the right side can come for the cover, as long as there's somebody back here. Okay, so it does not matter. Okay, so going back to where you are for the second alternative, of course, setter is right here, middle front. We got our Timadayo over here. We got Shiloh on this side. We got London over here. On this side, Reyes over here. And we have Adina over here on this side. Okay, for the second alternative, okay, for serve receive. Okay, setter can again come back over here to the right side by here by the middle blocker. Blocker, you're still going to middle blocker. Timadayo is still going to stack to the right of the setter because you know your base is right here. Okay. Shiloh, instead of you being right here where I initially had you, or right here where I initially had you, you will actually drop down just a little bit behind that 10-foot line. And I will move you over slightly to your right, just a little bit. Okay, my middle person right here, which would be London. London, I will put you slightly to the right of Shiloh. Okay, so you can catch any of the balls that come right here. Okay, my right side person will kind of drop back here a little bit. All right, and then the outside person will come right here directly behind Timadayo. So in this case, this would be Ivana. Of course, there's still Timadayo. Okay, that would be Adina. This will be Reyes right here. This will be London, and this will be Shiloh. Okay, so therefore, okay, this part right here ain't open because you kind of have London right about here trying to catch any of the balls that fall short in here. Okay. And if for some reason, say it comes back here behind, you can either come here to catch it, either the right side can actually stay right here. But if it comes back here behind Shiloh, Shiloh could either come back to get it, okay, or this middle, or London, you can come over here and help with it. So for the sake of this video, you're here, and this is how the stack would be, okay? Ball comes over from the other side. Say it comes over here to Shiloh, okay, because there's two people only. Three people in the front. That's the setter. That's Timadayo. That's Shiloh. The rest of these people are in the back. Ball comes over here to Shiloh, okay? Middle, you see that you were not needed for the pass immediately. You come back here so that you can be set up for her to set you just in case she needs to, okay? Shiloh passes the ball to the setter. Once she passes the ball to the setter, Shiloh runs out here, outside, okay? Say, for instance, Ivana decides to set Shiloh, okay? Shiloh comes up here to hit the ball. Middle come in here to cover. Setter comes over here to cover. This other middle comes over here to cover, and everybody just kind of slides in so that everybody will have the coverage, okay? Now, that is rotation 5, serve, receive, alternate. All right, rotation 6, service, okay? Now, setter is at right front. Middle comes back here. Outside comes here. Right side rotates here. Middle comes up here. This outside comes here. And at this point right here, Timadayo has moved back here. Mia comes in for her. Okay. The other middle is up here, which would be London. Okay. She'll be up here. So then she will become the new middle up at the front. Okay. Again, this is rotation 6, service. Okay. Now, in this case, middle, of course, this middle person would drop back to serve. Okay. And they will kind of move here to the middle so they can serve because, of course, their base is here, right? Okay. The outside person and the middle person, okay, that would be London and that would be Shiloh. They will stack, okay? Setter will just stay where they are, kind of right in between the middle and the outside, okay? Kind of stay right there, all right? The right side of person will stay where they are. The outside person will kind of stay where they are, okay? The middle person is here because when they serve the ball, when the middle person serves the ball, okay, boom, 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 she's here, she serves the ball, boom. As soon as she serves it, outside will run over here, okay? Right side will run here. Middle will come here, serve. Outside will come over here, and they are in their base positions, okay? Putting them back where they initially was, okay? This is on service, okay? We had our outside here. We had our middle here. We had the right side over here. We had the outside here, and we had the middle here. And look, see, they're opposite. Outsides, middles, right side, okay, opposite. All right, again, we're serving, rotation 6, service. Middle would come here, kind of in the middle to serve their ball, right? Setter is already in their position. Middle, in the front here. London will come up here. She'll come to her middle position. This outside person, Shallow, will stack on this side of her because then she's going over here. Okay, right side will still be in the spot where she is. Outside will still be in the spot where she is. Okay, and since it's not an outside person that's serving, everybody can't go to that base, but middle can. Okay, as soon as this middle serves the ball, okay, she's gonna come right here. Right side is gonna run to her base. Outside is gonna run to her base. Outside up here in the front is going to run to her base, and now we are in our base position, okay?